So today I'm sharing from some writing. There was this teacher at there used to be a yoga studio on Franklin Avenue, and we had also a writing workshop by this lady named Monica Pirani, and she had me join her email list. And these are some like goals, dreams, basically long-term work, consciousness, reflections. Excuse me. And I guess this is about over maybe 4 years ago or something like that. So in terms of goals and dreams, it was fulfilling, loving relationships, depth, complexity, sensitivity, healthy, thoughtful, vulnerable, expressive. That's what I wanted my relationships to be. Regular yoga, movement. When I say yoga, I mean exercise. I mean mindful, slow movement, stretching, exercise, inspiration and safety, less emotional reactivity, more patience and freedom, more self-love, more sexploration. In other words, not a highway to pleasure, but like exploring even by myself, regularity, empowerment. Then in terms of boundaries and discipline, bedtimes, budgeting money, managing resources, mindfulness, relying on myself more than I rely on others, investing in what or who invests in me, not what hurts or upsets me, being reliable with time, honoring my pace, not doing for others what they could do for themselves. In terms of self-sabotage or self-hindrance, working on the negative inner dialogue, or beliefs that I'm dragging temporary identifications, feelings, or states with me strongly, stretching experiences that have ended, not prioritizing properly, trying to fix or help others instead of taking better care of myself. In terms of support and guidance, distractions, affection, attention, favors, caring gestures, processing, advice, tough love, feedback, validation, or compliments. A main man I can look to for reassurance, ventilation, witnessing, and reliable or temporary or irregular or occasional. In terms of communication, wanting many things to be known about me just for the sake of being known. So well said. Verbalizing or writing my truths either can help. Trouble with direct expression or directly asking. Self-pity, lonely, something better than nothing space. This is a letter I wrote to myself in February 8, 2020. You're going to lose all your friends. Oh, to past me, not to me now. This is a letter I wrote in 2020 this is before I got corona. This is to a previous version of me. You're going to lose all your friends and become estranged from all family. You're going to become a beggar in order to remain in society, and you're going to be fat and hirsute with boyish hair, and your body will hurt almost every day. You're going to become suicidal in the worst moments. You're going to end up totally single and lonely after a series of toxic, codependent, unhealthy relationships. You're going to jump from one addiction to another for over 10 years. You'll feel there's no one you can trust and understand you. You'll have roommates who make you feel unsafe, one after the next, and you're going to sabotage yourself and let dozens hurt you. But you'll finally give yourself permission to be the real you. And you'll finally choose to love yourself and accept yourself and put yourself first and enjoy your own company so much and choose to live for you and stop abandoning or betraying yourself. And you're going to heal and nurture your inner child, and you'll find God, and you'll decide not to care what others think of you if they like you. You'll learn to heal your heart and hear it and its guidance, and you'll decide you're good enough, and you'll finally allow yourself to make mistakes and practice new things imperfectly and permanently. You'll develop a meaningful relationship with nature and animals that also need healing. You'll evolve into a more confident, non-self-judging person as you start to believe in yourself. You'll keep becoming stronger and more resilient, wiser, more compassionate from your struggles, and you'll get better at seeing the bigger picture and being mindful and prudent and conscientious. You'll honor your boundaries and make space for those who can compatibly respect them, and you'll find hope in the most unexpected moments. You'll rebuild your faith in people being good, and the universe being a benevolent higher power. I love you and I promise you that you're worthy of love and understanding, and you deserve forgiveness and mercy. You're good and precious, and you have infinite growing power. And then I wrote about being in a romantic relationship. It's a similar time frame. Considering another, facing the childish fear of losing independence, which already happened. My identity is intact when I remain unattached to any sexual intimacy. I need to honor my true nature. My feelings come first. For me to have sex with someone means I love him. A mirror to show me that I'm putting out, where I'm putting out, what I'm putting out, and where I'm at. You know, someone who's helping me see my outgoing energy, even earlier patterns of me. For example, could be 9 months earlier. Disappointment and abandonment are excruciatingly dissatisfying, or not knowing how to stop whatever I was doing to myself, eventually having to end it. Why can't I have it? Why are you taking it from me? Why are you keeping me from relief? Why are you keeping me from being met, my needs from being met? Why are you keeping me from, hitting the spot? Why can't I enjoy incoming pleasure I wish to receive, never getting from the other the benefit of the doubt or attention I deserve or believe I give? And so I learn to give it to me, learning who I am not, what I want and what I don't want. Cuddles, sex, conversation, and shared activities are pleasurable, but my time and energy in other areas can feel taken, or it might not be worth it. In terms of love and respect, no one's out to get me. Everyone's just trying to get their needs met. Recognizing the unmet needs for another person's respect, choosing me as the preference or the righteous honor is from lack. Resisting temptation, where I have to chase, what's meant for me will flow. Receiving my freely given blessings instead of impulsively trying to earn it. Because that's futile and draining. If I pardon myself for the ways I unknowingly degraded others, but also discarded them for being unhealthy enough to be in the same patterns as me, and thus not helpful, couldn't learn from my experience because everything was defective, then I can still give myself appraisal, choose to see good in myself, and experiment and experience and life. And actually, this makes me naturally love and respect others even more effortlessly and become even more effortlessly helpful. Giving from a place of abundance means I can die without resentment that there wasn't enough or it wasn't provided freely for anyone open to receive from the source. Like watching a video in advance to have no ads or commercials later. Practicing patience and kindness with myself more so that I could be the change. It hurts when coldness and reactivity lives in others' dealings with me. So I'm sure it's the same vice versa. And I'm going to stop here, but I want to share just one last thing before I do. In terms of there's something called CODA, which is for Codependent Anonymous. So on their website, I read about low self-esteem patterns. And so I was thinking about it, introspection, and so I was looking at it. And again, this is from the CODA website. So what makes someone codependent is when the self is esteemed to be lower and someone else's self is esteemed to be higher. So these are some indicators of low self-esteem. Difficulty making decisions, judging what I think, embarrassed to receive recognition or praise or gifts, saying judging what I say or do as never good enough, valuing others' approval of their thoughts, feelings, actions over valuing others' approval over my thoughts, speech, and action versus my own approval, don't perceive as lovable or worthy person, difficulty admitting mistakes, needing to appear right in others' eyes and even lying to look good, unable to identify or ask what is needed or wanted, seeking recognition and praise to overcome feeling less than, looking to others for a sense of safety, difficulty getting started, meeting deadlines, completing projects, perceiving the self as superior to others, and having trouble setting healthy priorities and boundaries. And finally, in Narcotics Anonymous, and I'm not saying that someone has to be codependent or to have low self-esteem. That's where I got this information. And Narcotics Anonymous, I'm not saying someone has to have a drug problem, but this is where I heard it from, and I want to give credit where it's due, that the only constant in the spiritual condition is change. And we know that there's this also another saying from a famous philosopher, so famous that I feel like I could say it without remembering who, and you could look it up. You never step in the same river twice. I think his name started with a H. Heraclitus or something like that, or maybe Confucius. You never step in the same river twice. Yeah, so everything's always changing. And so I'll stop here and wish you a good night. Bye.